Welcome back, Lego enthusiasts, to Heart of a Kid Productions. We're going to go over a set that I actually wanted to review that I built recently, so without further ado, let's get started. Hey guys, how you doing? So I wanted to go over a set that I actually picked up, a two-in-one. Well, actually my wife picked it up at Costco for me. And I also had a comment that was asked in regards to, does both sets come with their original boxes in the actual two-in-one, which I gladly replied, yes it does, which is amazing. So let's check it out. So as you see, we have Groot right here, and we also have the Armory, which comes with a Whiplash, and obviously some great pieces. But this set, the Armory, is $90 by itself, which is way overpriced in my opinion. I was not paying that. And then Groot's, I think about 50, almost 60 bucks, somewhere around there. So that wasn't too bad. But to get both of these for a total of 100 bucks at my local Costco, which was amazing deal, I was like, oh yeah, I'm saving like 60 bucks with tax and everything. I'm like, this is just a no-brainer. So my wife picked this up for me, was great. But let's check out these boxes. So, like I said, they come with their actual box. So if you buy this separate in the store, at your local Lego store, here it is, the box how you would buy it if you bought it separately. And it fits right in this two-in-one. So you get the original box, which is awesome. So move that out of the way. And then you also get the Armory box. And it's not too big, fits right in there. Like I said, comes with Whiplash, a bunch of Iron Man characters, and a bunch of others. Now I haven't opened this up, but I wanted that Whiplash because I don't believe we actually ever got a Whiplash. So for me, this is a great buy. And I also wanted the car. I talked about that with the map. So what's great, this one's not open. So I'm keeping that one together because that's my collectible. Fits right in there. And then Groot box fits right in here. Awesome. I'm surprised they actually fit. This box isn't that big. It's actually pretty small, really nice, but it holds both of them in, so that's great for, buying a two-in-one for 100 bucks and being able to provide that to your friends, kids, or your own kids, and say, hey, look, I got you a two-in-one and you're getting a great deal. Or if you decide to sell them on the aftermarket, hey, you do you. But anyways, I'm a collector, so this is for my collection. If I decide to sell stuff later in the future, it's because I'm just not interested in it anymore, or don't need that for my collection. But I did build the Groot, so let's get right into that. So what I want to show you guys off first is, which I love, this cassette made out of Lego. I was born in '79 and grew up in the '80s, so this hits home because this is awesome. I actually have the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, which I listen to in my car every once in a while, which is great. It's downloaded to my hard drive, so awesome. But this was built great, has the awesome Mix 1 sticker and Volume 2 on the back. And then these red lines are stickers. Everything else is print except for there's right here, it's kind of hard to see, but that's a sticker. And then on the back, same thing. So looks really good. But what's great is you can compare it to a real cassette, which I still have some cassettes in my collection. And it is literally almost 1-to-1 scale, which is great. So if you look at that, you can just perfect. Now, these pieces right here are actually, because given their studs, it does not fit in the actual case like it would. Now, if you removed this little strip and that strip on the back, it'd fit right in there, no problem. But, I mean, we're not going to put it in a cassette tape holder. We're going to have it on display with our guy. So, but to me, this was just amazing. I love the way they did this. It was a very simple build, but it came out beautiful. So this is actually one of my favorites. It was very nostalgia for me, and I just loved it. I was like, man, this is the perfect thing to go with Groot right next to him while he's jamming out. So that was actually pretty cool. And then also you get Groot's little "I am Groot," and I love this because it's a sticker. I wish it was printed again, as always, but it comes with I am Groot, and obviously in all the different ways he says I am Groot. Really cool. So he's just talking about his height, weight, and specifications, everything going on there. So that's actually really cool, and he says I am Groot. So obviously put this sticker on really well. Love that because I'm very OCD, so everything needs to be properly built. But without further ado, let's get into the big boy. And I love this guy. and I have him in his dancing pose, and he is. Let's go ahead and he's jamming out. I love the way he looks, the way he is able to stand. I was just like, man, I want him in his dancing pose. For me, getting him in the dancing pose was ideal, and I was like, I hope he's flexible enough that I can move him and maneuver him and make sure he bends in the right way without tipping over. And I've had him like this for at least 5 days now. And I even had a friend come over and he was on the table and he bumped in the table, not realizing, and he just ended up like wiggling. So I was like, oh, just like this, like, oh, there he goes. Oh man, 5 days, almost 6. But anyways, I moved him over here from another table, so maybe he was just his hip was in the wrong place, but he was ready to get down. So, anyways, but yeah, he stands up pretty well. Like there you go. I just repositioned him again. Not a big deal. I mean, maybe if I shake the table again, he might tip over. But at the same time, I'm not crashing in the table on purpose like I just did, just to kind of show that he's sturdy. But my luck, he tipped over. But yeah, he stood up. Maybe the friction from the previous or when I moved him, adjusted him a little bit. The great thing is the hands have 2 articulation points, so he's able to move. He's got fingers. He's got that bend, his head, and everything's got to be positioned in a certain way for everything to just flow perfectly. And I love that the actual like legs bend, the knees bend. Now he doesn't turn to the side because it's on a ball joint, but it's connected, so it just goes up and down. So at the end of the day, you can stand him up straight. And that was another thing. I have a 3-year-old, so once I built him and he saw him, he was like, "Oh, mine." So he ended up sitting on the couch watching shows with him, Groot sitting right next to him, which was great. And he's never even seen Guardians of the Galaxy, so to him he was like robot, and I was like, "That's not a robot, it's a little tree." So I plan on showing him the actual Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on TV, so he could see the little guy dancing around and be like, "Oh, that's my robot." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's a little tree." But anyways, but when he was playing with them a little bit and I let him play with it, it wasn't an issue. But some little pieces like the leaves or these little bolt joints when they were being moved kind of fell off. Not a big deal. I was able to just grab it and put it right back on. So nothing crazy. But he is a little fragile, but also a lot of people didn't like his face. I remember seeing people discuss about him, and they thought it looked weird. And I built him, and I was like, "Is it gonna look funny when I'm done?" And to me, it looked amazing. I didn't think anything of it. My wife thought he was super cute. Oh, yeah, top heavy, but my wife was like, "No, he looks fine. He doesn't look weird at all." So for me, I was like, "Yeah, he looks good." I don't know what everybody else was saying, but to me, he didn't look creepy or anything. I thought it was good. I mean, my 3-year-old loved him. He was like, "Oh, my friend, my little robot friend." So at the end of the day, it was really cool. It does have a ton of stickers. That's the one bad part. So if you notice, there's a bunch of like plant piece stickers like this. And then on the back of him, his hand, even the back of his head, just a lot of things. So make sure when you're actually applying these stickers, you are checking to make sure you're applying them correctly, because the worst thing is applying a sticker completely and then realizing it's upside down or the wrong way, and then you have to peel it to put it on the piece the correct way, because then you can just ruin the sticker. So it did have a lot of stickers. I really wish they were prints, but other than that, he looks amazing. I really love his whole facade, and I'm going to put him in the dancing pose back when I put him back on display where I had him, and he's been sitting and enjoying my man cave, and I've been enjoying him. So when my kids come down, they're like, "Oh, hey Groot, what's going on?" Because he's literally dancing and waving. So a really great set, and he's not even that big. Look, like compared to my head, he's literally like maybe a little bit bigger than my head from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head. But he's really cool, looks beautiful. I was happy that, especially at the price point that we got him for $100 total for 2 sets, I was like, yeah, this is a steal. Definitely saving my money. So it was great that my wife actually noticed it and was like, "Hey, I just saw this at Costco. Did you want this?" And I was like, "Oh man, I was actually gonna head to Costco this afternoon and check out what they had, if they had anything new." So I was like, "Yeah, definitely pick it up." So it was a great piece. So if you have friends that shop at Costco, like give them $100 and be like, "Hey, can you pick this up for me?" I mean, by all means, Costco's making money off of other people, but it's an amazing set, and I'm so glad, like I said, because I wanted this guy and I also wanted the armory, but at the end of the day, I was like, I am not paying $90 for the armory. I'm not paying almost $60 after tax for Groot. It was really cool. Him, I actually might have got separately by myself, and hopefully waited, excuse me, for a sale. But if I would have had to pay $60, I was like, all right, I'm gonna bite the bullet. But the Armory, I was like, there's no way I'm spending $9 on it. I was like, I'm gonna wait and hope for the best. And literally, within a week, there was a 2-in-1 for $100, and I mean that was a steal. So, and like I showed, it comes with both boxes, original boxes inside the big box. So no worries there. You guys will be able to get them, and then you can give them away as presents. I mean, to me, this is a great Christmas present too, because you can buy this for $100, and then now you got two presents in one for way cheaper, a birthday present, and be like, all right, I'm going to give one to Jimmy, and I'm going to give one to Johnny. There you go. So at the end of the day, it was a great deal. Could not pass it up. I mean, it's almost such a good deal that I could look at actually buying a second one and giving them away to my kids as gifts, or whatever, or just keeping it for retirement and selling it in the future if I decide to do that. But other than that, I just wanted to guys show this off. This is actually an amazing set. I love Groot. He's just amazing. I just really enjoy the look, and he's just really cool. He's loving it, jamming out down here. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will talk to you again next time. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've picked this up, if you've gone to Costco, if you bought it already at the store. Hey, if you haven't opened it, you can always return it and go to Costco and get yourself a great deal. But other than that, it's been a crazy month of August. I've bought a lot of things, and obviously my wife spent some money on me. But as long as you have the heart of a kid, like I always say, you can enjoy everything and anything. And my wife, deals with my hobbies and stuff like that. This is something I enjoy, and she understands it, and she allows me to buy what I want when I want. Obviously reasonable price. Sometimes I kind of step over the boundaries in regards to our budget, but at the end of the day, I can afford certain things, and we pay our bills. So we work hard for the money so we can afford to buy little things and beautiful little sets that we love. And she has her thing, I have my thing, and we're living life to the fullest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, like I said, and I'd love to hear your comments. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys later. So other than that, enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for watching.